How much do you know about soaking?
Soaking my vegetables?
Your vegetable. Have you ever heard of this term?
No, I don't think so.
Mormon kids, obviously it would be a sin to have sex, right?
Okay.
They do something called soaking, where they insert, because they believe that the sin is the thrusting. So as long as you're just in there soaking, it's not a sin.
In where?
In your girlfriend. But here's the thing. They do this other thing where they soak on the top bunk, and then their friends are on the bottom bunk pushing on the bottom. It's called like, I don't know what that's called, but it has a name as well.
What have you been watching lately?
So
man?
as long as you're sitting there soaking, it's not a sin. And as long as your buddies are helping you with the thrust, you're not the one thrusting. So that's not a sin either.
I thought they just did anal.
No, that's a sin.
I thought that got
That's
around
the biggest sin for a Mormon.
I thought that
Christian girls do anal.
Are you Mormon, by the way? I've never asked.
Yeah. Obviously. How do you think I know about soaking?
What brought that up, man? That's a...
I saw a TikTok today. Like, this guy goes...
Did you go down a bad rabbit hole in Pornhub recently? There's just people behind him in the mattress.
It is weird to, like...
Start watching that.
If we were Mormon, would we help each other out with that? Like, I'll be bottom bunk and help you soak.
I gotta research this because I'm pretty sure we can get away with anal. I think you just can't go in door number 1. I think is what their
unacceptable
lifestyle
if you're Mormon.
says.
Cannot do that.
Are you sure? But handies are still good?
No.
What?
I actually don't know. This is like where my knowledge ends. I think that
We're gonna have to research this a little bit.
I saw this guy
more
on TikTok, and his whole thing is he does like, like street interviews, like those type.
Yeah.
Except his aren't faked. All he does is he goes to the BYU campus and he asks questions about like what it's like going to BYU, which is a big Mormon university.
Are those people going around and asking other people like who's the first president, and then they say like
no, that
Abraham Lincoln? Is
that's
that
so
fake?
fake? That's so fake.
I mean, you have to know these things, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, imagine your TikTok blows up every single time because you're highlighting the idiocy of Gen Z or whatever. So all you have to do is approach some cute girls, because that's going to get people to like watch already.
Right.
Hand them a 20 and just be like, I'm going to ask you a question. Just say Abraham Lincoln, or just say Mars.
Yeah.
And they just go, okay. Because $20 is $20. I have to do this for 1 second.
I just can't believe anything anymore, can I? I hate this.
Those are...
I know of somebody who has a very nice car and a YouTube channel, and I told him he should try to like pick up chicks with his nice car, like gold digger videos that I see all the time. And he told me right away, like, yeah, those are fake. They hire a model.
Yeah.
None of that is ever real. And I was like, oh no. What's the point of getting a nice car? I guess, man, it just doesn't work. Eventually, it does work, right?
I don't think women like cars. Dudes like cars, right?
It's more about the status, really.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's why they like play their music loud, or like the exhaust needs to be loud or something. They want people to look at them. It doesn't matter male or female. They just want attention.
Man, I got mad at a TikTok the other day. This guy, it's like him like walking into his mansion, and like everything, he has like every single electronic like new age thing that you could ever like this is the dang Jetsons of homes, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's just him going through every little thing in the home, and like it's like him getting done with the day, putting his briefcase down, shoes down, but then he like hops in his pool, and then like he hits the hot tub, but then all these like little electronics start popping out, like you'd be seeing like in your damn TikTok feed or something, like, oh, this is something you might want. And he's got everyone, man. The dang electric thing that puts the toothpaste on your toothbrush, and like he's got like special face scrubbers and like nail things, and like, I mean, like he pampers himself in the video, and then he pampers his dog too, and he's got all the gadgets for the dog. And at first I was like interested, and then I almost got pissed off at this guy. Like, who the fuck is this guy, man? What are you doing, dude? Like,
I think this guy, like, he has the money and he fell for every single TikTok where it's like, you need this item.
Yeah, dude.
Those TikToks,
he makes me want to believe I need all these items again for some reason.
Well, those TikToks are a really interesting side hustle. I don't know if you've seen this before, but all you have to do is find a product on Alibaba with a low bulk rate or something like that.
Right.
And then it just needs to be kind of an interesting gadget. And then you create a TikTok account for that interesting gadget, which links to a website where you're selling it for 10x because you got it off Alibaba.
Randomly, the guy that I mentioned that had the nice car about the YouTube and everything, he has actually a successful YouTube channel that's making money now, but he made money similar to that, but he would sell products on Facebook, and Facebook ads would pop up and people would buy his shit.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, though.
I think a lot of times when people are scrolling through TikTok and they see one of those gadgets, they don't realize that it's a paid and promoted TikTok.
Right.
And they go, like, right now on my feed, what's really big right now is like these iron forged sharp knives.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, every man needs this iron forged sharp knife for his kitchen. And it's just someone who found this knife for cheap on Alibaba, and now they're drop shipping it.
I'm going to show you this picture because I literally like almost fell for this, but because I'm so dang gullible. But I'm getting an advertisement. I'm scrolling through YouTube. It says the title. It has picture of Mr. Beast. It says really nobody believing it, and then the thing says, everybody that visits our page gets $1,000. And then I'm reading what the account says. It says Mr. Beast Gaming 2. I'm like, oh my God, he's got like another channel going or something, and nobody knows about it. And like I click on it, and it's just there's no videos on this channel. It's just somebody made a channel named Mr. Beast Gaming 2. And I'm sure if I were to click on like whatever the fuck they wanted me to click on, it's gonna, hack me or whatever the heck they want, my information or whatever.
There's a really interesting scam going on right now. You know Lana Rhoades?
Porn
star. Yeah. Or star.
No, I don't know.
Never heard of her. There's a fake account using her name, and it's verified too. Somehow they've verified it, and it has like 13 million followers. And what this person does is they find a viral TikTok and they copy and paste the most upvoted comment. But now this witty or funny comment is being posted by Lana Rhoades, so it gets upvoted higher. And then everyone clicks Lana Rhoades' TikTok, and this TikTok brings you to a website where you do like what are they called? Like surveys to get gift cards.
Yeah.
But you never end up getting the gift card. You're just doing all these surveys.
Giving out all your
information.
information.
It's all a scam. It's not Lana Rhoades' account. But it's verified, and it's not legit.
Wow. Wild.
And Lana Rhoades has a TikTok, and what this account does is it just re-uploads every TikTok she does.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like her.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Same thing happened to me, man. They keep copying me and making TikToks and trying to, get people to, I don't know, buy into their scam.
They haven't scammed a single person.
Apparently I don't got any clout.
Actually, if you go to a viral TikTok and you look at the comments and you see something from Lana Rhoades, look at the comments underneath that comment, and it's people saying shit like word for word. Like, because it's copied word for word from the previous viral comment. Like, everyone's kind of onto it.
Right. Well, I mean, not everyone. I'm sure there's still...
13 million people are not onto it. Yeah. 13 million people are following her account.
Oh, my God, dude. How do you get verified? I mean, doesn't she already have a verified account? Like, is there 2 verified? I don't know how that works. Or she never had one?
I don't know. Isn't TikTok run by, like, idiots?
China. I don't know. I heard they finally canceled Andrew Tate. Did we not talk about that yet?
I want to just, before we start into this, I want to say, like, 4 months ago, maybe more, I wanted to do a reaction video on Andrew Tate before he was, like, the internet villain. Yeah.
You did try to get me to get, you were like, Andrew Tate something, and I was like, I don't know if we
never did that.
We never did, no.
We never watched anything or shot it. But it would have been like a Liver King style video where like this guy ended up blowing up.
Yeah.
I first heard about him 2 or 3 years ago. There's this podcast called Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and his wife, Christina.
I love that podcast.
And they were making fun of him.
I gotta get back into that, actually.
Because of his stupid videos about bubbled water and shit like that. And they're making fun of him.
I haven't watched a lot of his videos. Usually just like him being super masculine or whatever.
They actually had him on. Anyways, now he's this big thing, and now it's like way too late to talk about. He got canceled like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, we didn't have a podcast last week. I was gone. I'll get back to that later.
The AC's on.
That's right. We're on Andrew Tate. The reason I brought him up, though, is because he's on this whole, like, he thinks he's, like, the general leading the way for all these, like, cancel cultural people now. And he's like, if you get canceled, I'm going to show you what to do. Like, here's what we're going to do. And apparently he moved everything to Rumble. Rumble's the news. There's the social media, the truth social media. I don't even know.
Well, we talked about Rumble before, too, because I remember I was telling you, like, I accidentally created a Rumble account because I thought it was, like, I thought it was just a YouTube alternative.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'll just upload here as well. And then I realized that this is, like...
right wing or whatever.
Yeah, it's super right wing, and I'm like, I don't think Pokemon videos are gonna hit here.
just wear a Trump mask as you open them and you're fine.
Yeah, just say like super sexist shit. Like I pull a Bond suite, I'm like, look at those fucking hips. She can get it, throw it.
Yeah, I can open up Pokemon cards and be a fucking man too.
Yeah. I'm like snorting protein powder.
Oh, yeah, Rumble, I don't know. I looked at the front page. It looks weird. There's no ads or anything on it. I mean, it's just like, it looks almost fake, kind of.
I think there's no ads because it's probably very difficult for them to get advertisers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
they're still looking.
Yeah. If they have any advertisers, it's like prepper shit. Like, here's a bucket of food and
I mean,
like, here's a rifle.
I'm still seeing, like, he's canceled, Andrew Tate, and I'm still seeing him on TikTok pop up on people's, like, podcasts and shit.
Yeah.
And he's basically just saying, like, they helped me. I have more followers now than ever. You know,
the truth is that they helped everybody else. Because now you can have Andrew Tate on your podcast, and it's, like, a relevant thing.
Right.
Andrew Tate doesn't realize he's just being used by everybody.
He keeps
he's a fallen star. He's dead.
He keeps talking about, like, that's their last. It's funny to hear him talk about it.
You sent me a TikTok today, and I couldn't watch all of it because I'm so sick of this guy.
This is the last bullet they could shoot, and it bounced right off of me. Dude, he's just in the clouds.
He also
now.
Doesn't understand why he's been canceled either. So
because he's a man, obviously.
You might not know this, and maybe the people watching don't know this, but Andrew Tate is like, essentially, he thinks
he's what a man should be.
Right. Well, even if he, like, I'm not convinced he believes any of this. I think he's selling bullshit.
Oh.
Because this whole thing is he sells you a course on how to be an alpha man and make millions. And
he's selling courses.
I sell you a course for $50 a month. If you can convince a friend to sign up for the course, you get a cut on that first sale. So you get like $20. So he's created this, I don't want to call it a, it's a triangle shaped business. Yeah, it's a Dorito business. And so how is he going to promote this Dorito business? He creates a Discord where he encourages everyone you only get access to sign up for the Discord if you're a member of his Dorito business. And once you're in the Discord, you're prompted to post TikToks of Andrew Tate. They're already curated for you, and they're his most divisive and controversial takes that he's ever posted on the internet. So now everybody, and it's prefaced with, you want 60% of the people to be pissed off and 40% of the people to agree with you, so that it creates conflict in the comments and it becomes a more viral video. Mm-hmm. So he's encouraged all of these people to repost his like hottest takes, and most of them are like usually sexist, right? Because that's going to create the most division.
Right.
And so he has just this like litany of sexist shit that's out there, and he's confused as to why he's been canceled. He's like targeted a group of people, women, and he's promoted hate towards that group. So that's why he's been canceled.
Right.
Also, there is an ongoing investigation about sex trafficking with him.
Oh.
I think I talked to you about this before, but
I think so. I think you did mention that now that I remember.
He has a lot of girls at his mansion in Romania.
Yeah. You sent me something about that.
And if you listen to his side of the story, a jealous boyfriend called the cops on him, and that was his first excuse. He said one of the girls that lives here, an ex-boyfriend, got jealous and called the police and said she was being held captive, and they raided my house. And he got taken in and all this other stuff. And now he says in his latest video about how he's leaving the internet or whatever, he said what actually happened was he just got raided. Streamers get raided all the time. People call the cops on him. He got raided. So his story has changed. But the story that the papers are reporting is that he has this cam girl business out of his house. One of the people in there was a missing woman from maybe America or something. So the U.S. Embassy actually sent in the cops to raid his house.
Wow. And
they did handcuff him and bring him to the station and shit. And there's like video of that happening. Which probably wouldn't have happened if it was just a little raid from a streamer. You know what I mean?
It's just a little one.
Anyways,
they found some of the people I took.
From what I understand or what I've read is that this is still an ongoing investigation. So his whole evidence is like, I'm not in jail. Obviously, I'm not a sex trafficker. But it's like,
I wonder if he was still like paying them off or something. He's like, I was paying them, or
well,
there's probably some weird line like they weren't slaves. I was paying them.
I don't know if you've seen this video.
I don't know. I know nothing about this.
Here's another video he put out.
How do you get around that? It's also a different country. I don't know their rules or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm about to say.
Okay.
A few years ago, he put out a video on why he moved to America. And his thesis was it was the Me Too movement in America. He says, America's gone too far. They believe all women. That's unacceptable. And he's like, I can move to... I'm prefacing here, but this is essentially what he said. I can move to Romania where there's more leniency, and if I have sex with someone who was too drunk to handle it, then I can tell the cops exactly what happened, and they go, well, she shouldn't have gotten that drunk.
Yeah, it's a little different over there probably.
Right. And that was one of the videos he had his like army repost. And he wonders why he got fucking canceled.
Right.
Canceled, by the way. I don't think having your account deleted because you're a person targeting a group means you've been canceled. It means you've been removed from a platform because you violated their rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't been canceled. You broke rules. on a private platform, you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. Quite the character, that guy. I mean, he probably is all an act, man. I don't know what his deal is, but I just thought I'd bring it up and get you all riled up for me. You went down the rabbit hole a lot further than I did, for sure.
Well, he's a hot. I can't avoid the dude. I want to.
Right.
Whenever he gets posted in the Discord, you know what I do? I go to Google Trends, I type in his name, and I show that he's a falling star. Nobody gives a fuck about this guy anymore. And the thing is like, I'm so sick of hearing about him because like every YouTuber I watch
isn't that a little bit deceiving since Google owned him and then Google got rid of him? So whatever, you know what I mean?
I think it's more like because his Hustler University 2.0 is now in its 3.0 phase, which means
should we get it?
Should we get Hustlers University?
3.0.
Other YouTubers have already gotten it.
Dang it. Well, 3.0 might be better. We don't know.
It's like $50 a month.
Well, you're in the Discord.
I'm not in their Discord, no. Yeah, I don't know. I just, like, the way I see it is he's been talked about so much. That's why I know so much about him. Like, every podcast I watch has done several segments on him. Every YouTuber I follow has done exposed videos on him. Like, I hate the guy. Just because I've seen him so much. Like, I'm overwhelmed.
It's, his case, I am totally I definitely get it. Like, he's like literally trying to offend people. When it came to like SteveWillDoIt, I felt like I was a little more sympathetic to him because apparently he got in trouble for gambling or promoting gambling or something. I think that was the crux of it. And you know, what a weird thing, man. Like, you know, he's in like another country where it's legal. Like, I'm not promoting. I don't know what, you know, I don't know. I felt a little more sympathetic towards him, even though he did get popular, and he got popular not for all the drinking shit, but he also kind of became that, you know, showman, Trump, Vince McMahon kind of a guy where he's putting on a show for everybody as well. He's trying to say wild shit and you know, say he's joking about it or whatever. He's not as serious as Andrew Tate, obviously. Andrew's like, I would agree. I feel more sympathetic for SteveWillDoIt. I'm not like a fan of him, right? But I think it's totally different. Like, I thought he was playing the system appropriately.
The weird thing about that is there's only two ways that could have gone down for me. Is like, he's promoting all this gambling, which must be a violation on YouTube.
Right.
Which is why he got his YouTube banned. But here's the thing. If he posted a video that had gambling in it, he would have got a strike. And then if he posted another one with gambling in it, he would have got another strike. Why would he post a third one? Unless the other thing is maybe YouTube saw a video with gambling in it, gave him a strike, and they're like, let's watch all of his content. Gambling. 2 more strikes, you're gone.
I think
if it all happened in one day, it's messed up.
I don't want to misspeak either, but I'm pretty sure he had strikes in the past.
Okay.
And
well, strikes fall off after like 60 or 90 days.
Right. But that's what I was going to say. I thought they had fallen off or whatever, so I don't know why this one, you know, put the nail in the cross or whatever you want to say. I don't know. Just interesting cases about this whole cancel culture thing and just interesting YouTube accounts too.
Not cancel culture, by the way.
What do you want to say?
I think a company enforcing their rules. Because it's not like people have rised up against SteveWillDoIt and they're like, cancel this fucker. Nobody's posting on Twitter like, this is an awful person. Unless they're talking about him jerking off his dog.
It's just YouTube canceling him, is what you're saying.
YouTube banning him. Yeah. YouTube enforcing their rules.
Right.
I think when people hear cancel culture, they assume
I should say YouTube ban. I really should, because it's not. I mean, unless it was like Can I say it about Trump? Because Trump, wasn't he banned off of like all social media, like Twitter, Facebook? I think that's cancel culture, right?
But that was for the same reasons, though, right?
I don't know.
He broke rules on a private platform. I think you could have said, like, when he says something dumb, like when he's making fun of anytime he made fun of anyone, like this sea of people rose up and were like, get him off this platform. But like, making fun of someone isn't necessarily a rule break. You could call that wave of people getting mad. Maybe that's like someone trying to cancel him, but
it's true. The vernacular is a little funky on this. I think everybody, even myself, was using it
for everything.
But really, it is just personal companies deciding to ban them for breaking the rules. So yeah, that's an interesting point. I always forget to think about it like that.
I think that, I really don't understand the SteveWillDoIt thing, other than he must have had strikes before and he continued. And the biggest problem is, and if I could say in Steve's defense, is anytime I see someone get a strike, anytime a YouTuber gets a strike that I follow and they choose to talk about it, it's always so vague. Like, they don't tell you exactly where you went wrong.
True. You'll probably only hear half the story.
They have like this copy paste, like, you violated some vague rule, and this is why you have the strike. And maybe you can refute it. I don't know if you like have like an in with YouTube, like an account manager or something.
Right.
But if you don't know exactly why, and you post another video and you've corrected for the wrong thing, you end up with another strike, and it's like, just tell us what the fuck's the actual rule that got broke.
About it. Yeah, like, or did they even show him what video? I guess they might show him what video, maybe. I assume, right? They don't just say, I don't know. Who knows?
No, it is. They show the video because if you get a strike on a video, I think they take that video down
immediately. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Yeah. Huh. Wow, man. I don't know. Random stuff I'm talking about. I was
You were talking about more random stuff? You sent me I got to get you to stop sending me the reptilian videos.
Oh, we got to talk about the reptilians.
No, we don't.
Did that just blow your mind? Oh, my God.
No, it did not blow my mind.
Let's get into that right now. Okay,
I'd love to get into that. And I want to start.
You've heard of the reptilians, correct?
Yes.
Everybody's heard of the reptilians.
I've heard of the reptilians.
Why are the reptilians so popular? Like, I've heard about these guys for years, man. It seems like every freaking UFO conspiracy show has reptilians in it. Why is that?
Because I think reptiles hit like a common critical fear for people, like whether it be snakes or alligators or something like that. So imagining a reptilian person,
it's never any
has
other,
some staying power.
It's never any other animal, though. It's always the reptile.
Well, because we are the humanoid mammal. So imagine a humanoid reptile. Now imagine a humanoid fish. Mermaids are a big thing. So you take any like subspecies or like major species, I guess, and you create a humanoid version, it has staying power. And
to really think about it, almost a lot of the other alien depictions are kind of reptilian-like too.
I think the Greys are very human.
Okay.
I want to talk.
We'll pass off that one.
Real quick.
Okay.
Imagine humans go to space, and they've been in space for 10,000 years. Their craniums would get larger to compensate for the brain. Their eyes would get bigger to compensate for the lack of light in space. And their muscles would atrophy, and they'd have a smaller stature. Okay. The Greys are like the most believable. If I were to go down this rabbit hole, and I'm not going to.
Sounds like you're getting into it now. What really blew my mind, and I've never thought about like this, is this TikTok had a specific story and everything.
Also presented as fact, as if she was there and she was the narrator.
She read the hieroglyphs, I'm sure.
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she dropped acid and thought she could read hieroglyphs.
She says 3 spaceships come down from the sky because 2 alien races are fighting on Earth.
Who were the spaceships?
The Galactic Enforcers?
The Galactic Federation.
Dang it. What a name that is. The Galactic Federation. That's
Star Trek. I mean,
really
she
good.
just ripped that from Star Trek.
I thought it was pretty witty. Anyway, the Galactic Federation comes down and says, "You guys cannot fight on this planet anymore." And
The Anunnaki.
oh my god!
If you don't know about the Anunnaki, you're lost, dude. The Anunnaki were talked about in our...
I think you know more about UFOs
Do you
than I
remember
do.
Pretty Weird Blonde?
Yeah.
The Anunnaki were the ones who came to her.
Oh my god, dude! I hope they come to us. Anyways, the Anunnaki's like, "All right, peace. We don't want any fighting. We're done." But the Reptilians are like, "This is our planet. We've been here longer than anybody else. We claimed it. You can't say we have to leave." And then she refers to the dinosaur age, and she says that the Reptilians were the master species in the dinosaur age, and that they've had to hide during the mass extinction.
During the Ice Age, they had to go underground because reptilians don't do well in cold.
All right. There you go.
And so there is a reptilian civilization under the Earth's crust currently.
But I'm so curious about these reptilians. Like, they don't have spaceships or anything. They're just...
Well, if you really dive into the reptilian thing, every UFO that we've ever seen isn't extraterrestrial. It's not from outside this planet. It's actually from inside the planet, and they've come out of the holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
But of all of the myths and things I feel like I've heard, that one sounds pretty legit. Right? Reptilians being the master race of the dinosaurs.
What's your least favorite science fiction story?
By the way, why isn't there more like sci-fi movies about that? Like, is there...
Because then they'd be exposing the truth, Dalton.
I mean, I do remember like Star Trek, them facing the reptilians in Star Trek. Like,
is there a science fiction you don't like Harry Potter? Do you like Harry Potter? What's one you can't get into? Like Lord of the Rings?
I mean, that one was pretty kind of boring. I don't know. Very long-winded.
Okay. I feel that way about this science fiction that you keep sending me TikToks of. This like little fan fiction of Earth.
I don't know what you're talking. This isn't Mordor. We're talking about actual Earth right now.
This is me.
This is our planet.
This is me watching the TikToks you sent me today about the reptilians. I'm currently watching a YouTube video. I also have another screen up doing eBay shit. And I see Dalton sends me a TikTok. I watch it. And the whole time I'm just like, I know how this ends, first of all. It's like a very predictable science fiction story.
You know a lot more about UFOs than I thought you know,
And
to tell you the truth. You should be sending me the information.
Shit, and this is like wasting my fucking time. I don't care about the science fiction story.
That blew my mind, man. I've never heard of the reptilians being the master race of the dinosaurs.
And then, moments later, I open up a new tab, and like, when I open up a new tab, there's like, you can scroll endlessly through like news stories. Top one. It knew that I had just watched that stupid fucking God. TikTok, and it said... The top story was like, Reptilians. Could there have been an intelligent species existing amongst the dinosaurs? Like you're fucking me.
Unbelievable, man. So
you're ruining my news feed.
We're going down the rabbit hole, I guess, and we're finding out.
I will say
the real story.
Maybe I do know more about or I've been deeper down this rabbit hole before on this, and like. Maybe some of the other stuff that you bring up to me, like the pyramids and the Grand Canyon. Like, I know a lot about this stuff because there was a time, I want to say it was in like 2012 or 2013, but YouTube got in trouble for this. YouTube, if you left it on autoplay, it would feed you a video that was more compelling to watch and more compelling to watch each new video, each iteration. And no matter what video you left on, and if you had autoplay on, like 20 videos in, you would be on Reptile Tube. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they feed you a deeper and deeper conspiracy. And they got in trouble because this was provable that they were doing this. And it was like radicalizing people into believing school shootings were staged and shit like that.
Yeah.
But during that time, I smoked so much weed. I was like the biggest stoner in the entire world. And I would watch those videos and I would feel like this is the truth. And dude, I've been down the alien rabbit holes and the conspiracy rabbit holes, and I used to suck that shit off. Like I believed it so hard. And now I hate it.
I'm just I'm more of a mild
You know what
advocate.
fucked me up? I remember the day that I was like, wait a minute. This is all bullshit. I
When you
remember
stop smoking weed.
what had happened was
The cloud has disappeared.
I was watching the problem with all these different conspiracy videos is like they break off into so many like sub stories. It's hard to make them all mesh together in like a cohesive way. So if one's not true, or one has to be not true in order for this one to actually be true. It's things like that. I was going down this conspiracy theory of the Illuminati. I was like,
I'm surprised we haven't brought them up more.
I know, right? And there was this rapper talking about he was talking about why he didn't make it as a rapper. And he's like, it was my choice. Which, first of all, that is like the ultimate I quit before getting fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the biggest cope ever. And his interview was basically this. They wanted me to sign a contract with the literal devil. And I thought to myself, if the devil's real, then God's real. And I choose God. And I quit being a rapper. And I was like, wait a minute. If God's real, then this conspiracy can't be true, and this conspiracy. And then I was like, wait a minute. Fuck all of this. I remember that day so vividly. I was in like a 1-bedroom apartment, high off my ass.
And now that guy is underneath a bridge.
He did go missing shortly afterwards.
Oh,
no, I don't know.
I mean, he's just homeless.
The reason that I didn't become a famous rapper is the exact same reason. I was like, I'm not signing that contract.
Yeah, they keep giving me those contracts.
Yeah,
Like,
no thanks. If the devil's real, God's real.
you're the next Eminem. Oh, no. I was gone last weekend because I got to go back home to Iowa and meet my little nephew for the first time. My little brother had a little baby, so I had to have a little shout out to that. Not like my brother would ever watch this podcast, but I think he watches our other videos. I don't think he watches our podcast.
Shout out to the family.
Yeah, I'm an uncle now for the first time ever.
Uncle Dalton.
Ah, weird.
Why'd you make that noise?
I'm
I'm going to text your brother, man. Don't trust this guy alone with your kids. He's definitely the weird uncle.
Oh, man. I'm going to be the cool uncle. I'm going to have the eBay warehouse with all the toys in it, man.
Was it a boy or a girl?
Boy. Starts with a J. Jaden?
Doesn't know the name of his nephew.
Jaden. I'm 95% sure it's Jaden.
Jaden. Well, Jaden is a very common name right now, so likely is Jaden or Caden or Raiden or Caden. I don't know. I've said Caden twice.
There's a good one. Yeah, that's
those are the 3 most common names right now. And if it's a woman, it's like Madeline or Adeline or Catalin. Very common. Basic ass nephew.
That's what I was kind of worried about when we named it Brindley. I was like, are we being too progressive? My dog Brindley.
Your dog, yes. The answer is yes.
Too progressive here? Are we
progressive is a weird word.
We're what? I don't know. We're one of these like
basic ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, basic ass white couple with your iPhones and your Starbucks and your Brindley dog.
True. Yeah.
Is your favorite season autumn
We became the pumpkin spice couple.
100%. That's okay. I mean, look at the plants. I'm definitely a pumpkin spice couple for sure.
It's getting that. I can't believe it's, dude. Summer's over. What podcast are we on right now? Like 70? When are we gonna?
48.
Oh shoot! So we should do something big for 50, shouldn't we?
Yeah, there's this other podcast I watched. They just hit 50 last week, and they did a gala episode. So like, like a gala, like an art show or something, where like you wear tuxes and the women wear nice dresses and like you pop champagne.
Yeah.
So they had the idea for the gala episode a day before they were shooting, and they could not find a tux rental place in time. So they ended up wearing dresses.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. I don't want to wear a dress next week. Sorry, I'm not.
Okay.
We actually have 2 weeks to plan. Really, getting a tux would be no problem.
I was thinking maybe a choreographed dance, and maybe we hire like 10 people to dance with us. We'll start here, and then for some reason the guy with the package comes through the door, but then he starts dancing with us, and then your wife is like, "Oh, do we got a package?" And then she starts dancing, and then out of nowhere, your neighbors come out and like, how's it going, neighbor? And then they start dancing with us, and it just turns into this crazy choreographed dance out of nowhere.
My neighbors just moved out, and I was wondering, why did they move? They're not interested in dancing, Dalton. Dalton called them up preemptively, thinking that they could dance in our video.
I keep talking to all your neighbors. None of them want to get into our YouTube videos, man. I don't get it. It's an easy dance, man. We'll just...
When I said tuxedo rental, I was like, that's kind of spendy. And then you were like, choreographed dance, and I was like, there's a cheap solution. And then you said hire 10 people, and now it's more expensive than the tuxes for some reason.
We don't pay them. It's more about the credibility and the clout they'll get from our channel. We're paying them in clout.
Like David Dobrik. That's how he pays all his friends.
We're following the Dobrik model.
Excellent. Now we just got to convince one of our friends to strap themselves to an excavator while we spin it in circles.
Jesus. That might have been a dumb idea, Dobrik. I hate to break that one to you.
Yeah.
Take it back a notch. I know you got the fruit punch water fountain in your house, but maybe we shouldn't be throwing our friends off of the excavators. All right?
Yeah. I know we've talked about it on the podcast before, but... if you don't know that, just type in David Dobrik, Jeff Wittick, excavator, and you will see someone get their skull cracked.
He almost killed his friend.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. He caused brain damage forever, and the guy has had to have a dozen or more surgeries at this point trying to fix his face.
I just watched...
he's suing him now, by the way. He announced that he's suing him like a month ago.
Fuck yeah.
Good. Yeah, get the money.
He's
ruined your life. Get the money.
Yeah. He's got fucking tons of it. I just watched Jackass 4.5.
Whoa.
I know. They just brought it out on Netflix, I think, this week or something. There's Jackass Forever, and then in between each movie, they always put a 0.5 just to like show the extra scenes.
Shit that didn't make it,
Yeah.
I haven't seen...
Forever? The fourth one yet?
Surely I've seen the third one. Did the third one come out like while we were in high school or like...
Literally like 10 years ago is when the third one came out.
So I just haven't seen the fourth one then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Jackass Forever. That one dropped actually right after COVID, I think, and it didn't do very well because of the whole COVID thing. People weren't going to movie theaters and all that, and I mean, I don't know where you're gonna even find that one now. I think I might have had a friend show me his copy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those deals. But now the 4.5 is on Netflix, so I watched that last night. And the reason I brought that up is like, I don't know how any of these guys how none of them haven't had like a life-threatening injury or like a spine freaking break or something. You know what I mean?
For
like,
real.
Unbelievable.
Isn't Knoxville like broke hundreds of bones, like all of them at one point? Somehow his ear bones.
In this last one, he did. I think it was the last time he said he's ever gonna mess with a bull ever again, because he got hit by a bull again. The fucking bull throws him in the air, and
did the new Jack, did it hit the same? Was it like as good as you remembered it, or like are you different now, or the time's different now? Like it's
totally,
just not fun.
It's definitely different. You can I don't think you can beat the first three. Like just the time of those and like those guys being together and Dunn being there. That's a special thing. This one is interesting because it does. They brought everybody back, but these guys are older now, and they definitely can't go as crazy. They still find ways to beat themselves up for sure, and do wild things. But the fourth one's interesting because it seems like they're trying to introduce you to the next run of the Jackasses. Like maybe
new characters, younger characters.
They introduce about 6 or 7 new guys.
Interesting.
One of them's name's Poopies. You've probably seen his YouTube channel. He's pretty popular.
I've not.
You haven't seen Poopies?
Poopies? Poopies?
Poopies, yeah, man. You haven't seen Poopies? Funny little jackass kind of a dude. He's like a surfer guy. Kind of acts like an idiot. Probably is an idiot. Like idiot surfer kind of persona. And there's another guy. I swear you've seen this guy too, but I won't be able to remember his name. He's this giant, big old fat guy, and he got popular on Twitter or Instagram for doing jackass stuff. Him jumping into cactuses and doing all kinds of stupid stuff and stunts just on his own account without the jackass. So like, bring him on, bring on Poopies. He's always doing stupid stuff. They brought on some chick. She's mainly just like a comedian. They just brought her on, I think, for more like to make some of these roles and shit kind of more funny. If there's a female here that's kind of good looking, it makes shit more funny.
Yeah.
One of the stunts that they did that didn't make the movie, I'll tell you on 4.5, they brought Irving Zisman back, Johnny Knoxville's old man character.
Oh, yeah.
Irving Zisman. And Irving's got a helper. They must have just hired him like it's his first day or something. Hey, can you take Irving to the senior home or something like that? Okay. Takes him over and Irving, hey, come on, wait before we go in here. I gotta, hang out a second. And then Irving's like, hey, should we do something funny? And the guy's like, what? And there's like a fire alarm here. And he like gets up and pulls the fire alarm. And then the helper, oh my God, Irving, what are you doing, man? Come on. And then like they're in front of a door, maybe some sort of, I don't know if they'd taken him to the gym. I think it was like a YMCA or something. Like take Irving to the YMCA.
Yeah.
So the front desk workers come out, like, what's going on? And then like 20 naked dudes come out, like they're coming out of the locker room or something like that, and they're and the front desk workers like, oh my God, because it's all really old, disgusting naked dudes too, like you'd see at the Y, you know what I mean? Like, it's never what you wanted. You'd like, anyways.
I know. I want my naked dudes to be fit and young.
You always want
jacked.
When you look at naked dudes, you want them to be.
I
tight.
want long balls.
You want
too.
tight.
I want everything to be tight except those balls.
And then of course Chris Pontius, Party Boy, comes out and he's like, this is my kind of party. And he starts playing his music, and Party Boy and the front desk worker, and then all the naked guys start coming in and start Party Boying him too. Oh dude, I was laughing. So I don't know how that didn't make the movie, man, but I think it's because it was too many dicks or something, man. I don't know.
No such thing. No such thing. Dude, I think that Jackass was like, it was the right time because like people were just like
I think actually, I think they actually did break a record for like most penises in a movie. Actually, in the Forever one.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
They must not be watching the short films I watch on my special site.
No, it was for a rated R film.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
okay.
Most penises in a rated R film. I saw more than that last night.
Yeah.
Those fuckers was liars.
Just like the timing of that movie, like for our age group, putting a digital camera or even like a tape camera in a child's hand was like more affordable than ever. Like cameras were becoming on the phone, so like Jackass for our age group, it hit so fucking hard.
Very hard. We all try to copy it.
Well,
we all try to make our own Jackass videos. We had shitty little cameras. We're trying to film skits.
I was gonna say that the video camera that I found in my bucket of old shit had a tape in it, and the video camera is essentially broken, but I was able to watch a few seconds in different parts of the tape, and it's a Jackass tape.
You can send those tapes in. They'll turn them into digital copies. There's companies that do that.
Oh, I wonder how much that is. Maybe it's cheaper than what I'm trying to do.
My dad sent all of our old VHS tapes in and got them all put into digital copies from some company.
Interesting. That is a full Jackass tape.
Interesting. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And
I'm like 15 years old.
My very first camera that I bought, the piece of shit thing, I definitely lost the footage from that. And there's some great gold from there, like we like had a smoothie, man. We went over to my friend Hafel's house, me, him, and Bobby, I think. We're just like, let's make the most disgusting smoothie we can drink. You know what I mean? So just go in the cabinets, get everything you can think that's disgusting, and let's put it in this smoothie, man. And we're doing this, and we're having like his mom film. R.I.P. by the way, she actually just passed away this past year. But
thanks.
Thanks. She was. I want to appreciate her because she made this hilarious moment for us in our lives. But she was filming for us, and it was so funny. I can remember like going back in the footage and hearing the footage because she'd be here in the background. Hey Jesse, tell him you're using the she'd be trying to like be the producer or something the entire time and try to tell us what to say the whole time. It was the funniest thing. I remember trying to look at the video because all I could hear was her, hey, say this. I'm like, it was cute. That was funny. And honestly, I don't even think I got one swallow of the fucking thing without puking. I cannot do those kind of eating things. Even though we ate like raw liver, I don't know, man. Like just something that's completely grotesquely tasting.
Well,
because that liver actually tasted pretty good with that syrup and the salt for a minute. Like, be real.
There was a brief moment in time where I thought this is doable with salt and maple syrup, and then it backfired.
And then it tasted like raw
but
liver.
Fucking with food was a really big thing when we were younger, and probably is for a lot of people. I don't know if you remember the names of these people or how this situation occurred. Do you know about the person who came in the other person's sandwich?
This is a true story?
This is a true story in our hometown, kids that were in my grade.
I don't think so.
I don't know if it was a Subway sandwich or just like a homemade, like ham, cheese, and mayo situation, but one of the boys came in a sandwich and served it to another boy.
Oh, my God.
And I'm not going to bleep these names because I would like the record corrected, but I think it was like Drew and Trent. And I don't know who ate or who made.
Gross. Definitely. Who knows, man? I bet they were just talking shit, man.
I remember someone being really upset and like forcing themselves to puke and stuff.
I just feel like being around Drew, I feel like he will say the most wild and out shit just to get you up and pissed off. So I don't know. Who knows? I feel like they wouldn't go that far, but who knows? It's a good story.
I don't know. I wasn't there. So it could be totally made up. I choose to
You
believe.
derailed me. What were we even fucking talking about?
We were talking about filming our own Jackass shit. And
Oh,
like gross food.
okay. Oh, man.
I remember.
I briefly just want to mention too, and we've probably brought this up before, but all the respect goes out for Bam Margera too, in my eyes, because when he was a teenager, he got a camera. He did that shit before the Jackass was even out, and he added skateboarding to it, and he put it together, edited it, put it in a DVD, and sold it to skate shops.
Yeah.
And distributed it all throughout the nation in skate shops, like not at Walmart or whatever. Like no way you'd ever get this DVD in Walmart, but he, as a kid, he made like $1 million or something or more off these dang DVDs. He put 3 of them out, at least, and then joined the Jackass crew. And he wasn't on the 4th movie because of alcoholism and everything, and they kind of kicked him off. I think we talked about that in the podcast, right?
When I was younger, I used to really not like Bam, but
Right.
now that I'm older, I honestly feel bad for him, and I respect what he did back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely have so much more respect for him. I'm not going to say like he was my favorite character of the crew or anything like that. I was, but later on finding out everything that he did and how hard he actually worked, and he's editing like constantly. Like,
Yeah.
I have a lot more respect for that now, because editing for me is like, it's so time consuming just trying to do a little freaking TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so much. You gotta learn the software, and it does get better, it gets easier.
For sure.
It's a skill, but he's got hours and hours and hours of footage. He's still filming all the time. Oh shoot, do you have something to say? I have to think of this name real quick.
Oh, just that I remember like some of the Jackass stunts. Like we'd find a shopping cart, and like one person would get inside, and like the other person would push it as fast as they could into a curb.
Oh, the shopping cart skits. Everybody, all the boys had to just push. If Jackass is pushing people with shopping cart, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think that started in CKY. I don't know. I think they were the OGs of the shopping carts.
Another thing that I saw in that video that we used to try is like like filming random people around town and like trying to do like improv commentary over like what they were thinking and what they were doing.
Oh, I love that. Oh, go on.
Another thing I saw, like I only seen like 3 different scenes. One of them was, I think it was me and Landon. We were trying to film a sketch of, and it's like the minds of 13-year-olds or 14-year-olds. One of us is pretending to be a girl, and the other one's pretending to be a guy trying to pick up the girl. But really, we're just slapping each other in the face.
My buddies and I did it when we did a similar scene like that. Commentating over somebody else's mouth, and the people who were filming were the ones that were actually saying what the people were saying. But we tried to do like an old Japanese fight scene or whatever, like one of those old movies. And so these 2 guys would be like fighting just terribly, and I can remember there's like 2 or 3 points in it that will just always crack me up so much, man. Like I wish we could do this again. Like I remember one of the guys, like they're hitting me, he's like, "Oh, I lost 3 health points." Whatever, like that one line. Oh man, like that's the perfect. Because one of my favorite movies to this day is Kung Pao Enter the Fist. All right, and what he did, I want to say it's Steve Odenkirk, but I might be wrong on that. He took Japanese movies, edited them together, and then put himself into a lot of scenes, like with video editing. And if the Japanese people were saying something, he just English dubbed over it, made a whole movie out of it, and that's one of the funniest movies of all times, I think, man. It's got to be up there. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I will always laugh at the stupid shit in that's in that movie. You go this way.
What is Kung Pao chicken?
Food. Oh,
Is it food? I thought that was a movie. Am I insane?
there was another.
Kung Pao chicken is just a food. You don't have to defend me. I'm retarded.
I think there's another movie you're talking about. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, that was a fun one.
I know it's gonna annoy. The last thing I was looking up was this.
That guy's name.
Yeah, there's this one celebrity. He was in so many movies, but he fell off the planet. And then a documentary came out with him recently.
Are you talking about Brendan Fraser?
No, but that's another interesting one to look at. Oh man, I'm gonna look this up real quick. But he was very interesting because he was one of, I don't know, I think he came up in the 80s or whatever, and he had a lot of money to buy the newest cameras that always came out. So he'd always have a nice camera. At first, I'm doing this because at first they were the giant cameras you put on your shoulder, and eventually it turned into smaller ones. But he filmed his whole life, man, and he's always with all these other celebrities and stuff. So he's got, I'm telling you, he filmed his whole life. Like, he's got a storage unit that's just full of tapes, and he doesn't know what to really do with it all. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to try to figure out how to edit a lot of this shit and stuff.
Interesting.
We'll get back to that. We're already at the end of this podcast, but maybe we'll start with that next time. I can't remember his damn name. You guys will comment below.
Robert Jeffries.
No.
I made up that name. If that was correct, it would have been shocking.
Robert Jeffries.
You don't have to look it up. We'll do it next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Comment. What should they comment? What was your favorite character in Jackass?
Your favorite Andrew Tate comment.
I like that better. What was your
quote?
Favorite Andrew Tate quote? Leave it down below.